Hello, welcome back to the good, the bad and the stupid news. It's Monday the 29th of July, new week. Managed to get the full week in last week, so hopefully nobody's watched them at the moment anyway, so I am just talking to myself, but it's all right, it's all good. We're practicing anyway, so hopefully by the time people start watching, I'll be top of the pops on the news reading side of things. So anyway, I'm just checking the time and everything. I'm looking at the screen. There's little things going on the screen that's catching my attention there. So cracking on. Got a few things that are pulled out for today. Apparently the Sajid Javid, the new what's his name, Chancellor, is going to spend £1 billion preparing for a no deal. £1 billion. They're already spending about 400 million on advertising for the situation with the no deal. So an extra 1 billion to, obviously we might not even go out. So that's 1 billion down the drain. Now, obviously money needs to be spent. The situation needs to be safeguarded and whatever else, but it's a fucking mess, isn't it? I mean, £1 billion. What could that do for all the things that actually really is needed? I don't even need to go into it, but let's just look at food banks, homeless, and whatever else. £1 billion to be just found out of nowhere. Yet all these other fucking ailments in society or broken situations in society, they can't find a fucking dime for. You know what I mean? Food banks, people are having to find the money themselves. Charities, there shouldn't even be charities, but £1 billion is able to be found, and 400 million, for advertising. I might have got the 400 million bit wrong, I don't know. I think I read that the other day, but I haven't got that in front of me, so don't quote me on that one. But yeah, you get my point. Money when it's needed for the wrong things, basically. So yeah, so that's my little take on that anyway. The Brexit Party's battle bus has broke down. Nigel's big bus, double-decker bus. Has it broke down? He had a crash and a breakdown, stuck in a ditch, so it's been towed out of a ditch. So that's out of action today. But I imagine everybody still got paid, whoever was meant to be on the bus, expenses and whatever else, or MEPs. Yeah, so the bus is broke. Oh, so they probably, what did they do there? I don't know. People have just dived in on the online and they're mocking the situation, but they've got a following, that's for sure. But whether they're lost without the bus or not, who knows? A British, moving away from politics. I don't particularly like politics, but it's there. So anyway, the British teenager. This is a good one. A British teenager has won over £1 million playing Fortnite, the game. He's gone over to a gaming competition and won over £1 million by coming third. So that's a prize and a half, and that was half of the prize. He got half because he shared it with his Dutch partner, apparently. So he got 1.8 million between the two of them. That was third prize in a competition for playing Fortnite. So how many parents are going to be forcing their kids to get in front of the computers now, forcing them onto the games? The way that everybody wants their kids to be footballers and whatever else. They'll be fucking buying them every game under the sun now. But they say, you get in that room and you play that for 5 to 10 hours a day. I want you up there, in some of these competitions. It's good that there is these competitions because it just shows that there's fucking some worth to being good at gaming. If you're good at it, you're good at it. If you're good at something, you're good at it. If you're good at fucking football, you're good at it, and you do it all the time. When people are good at football, they play football for hours and become the best, or the ones who put in the work. So people spending all day on gaming, once upon a time that was just wasting your life, but apparently, but not so now. So all these people who apparently were wasting their lives are now good enough to enter these competitions and become £1 million. It's like poker. Poker's fucking off the scale prizes, isn't it? I mean, I wish I was good at poker, but I ain't got the patience to sit there for hours. I've tried, but I'd like to. Look at the fucking money in it. And sometimes beginner's luck can get you all the way there as well, especially with poker, but not maybe with this game. But yeah, so £1 million from playing computer games, that's fucking brilliant, you know. Do what you love and make a lot of money. So let's have more of that situation going on. More leisure time money making schemes, please. Some that I'm good at as well. Hint, hint. Okay, so there's been the marches in Hong Kong still going on. Great, I bring that up because obviously it's a fucking negative situation over there, isn't it? I mean, the people are fighting for their not for their independence. Well, they are fighting for their independence in a way because they've got it and they think they're going to lose it. But the funny thing, the thing that I'm saying is, look, they're on the board. I was watching this thing with the tear gas. The police are firing tear gas at the protesters, and the protesters have got this wicked way of like. There's a video going on YouTube, and they've got these ways of diffusing them. So they've got the traffic cones, put the traffic cone over it, pour water down the hole. They've cut the top of the traffic cone off, pour water down the hole of the traffic cone, which cools the can and kills the tear gas. So that's quite clever. Whoever sort of fucking figured that out. They've obviously got a chemist on the team or something or other. But yeah, they're just nullifying the tear gas that's coming over. But it's obviously getting worse, that situation. So why doesn't the person just come out and say, you know, we ain't going to do it? But maybe that's because they are going to do it, and that's that. But even though they say, but they've said they're not going to do it, but they're not putting it in any kind of legal terms, are they? So I think they're going to have to, or shit's just going to keep getting worse. I'm saying that, you know, people just fucking, well, they're not letting it roll on, are they? Here they have the protests and let it roll on, but then they don't do fuck all about it. So you have to protest again. But here, they're, you know, the police are kind of fighting back with violence, which isn't, you know, we don't get that here too much. So you know, there's a lot more risk involved for them, but they've just got to keep fighting for it, isn't they? Gay people are being attacked. Gay people have been attacked again, as in according to the homophobic attacks that have been happening recently. A gang of people beat up a gay guy on the train, like, you know, for no reason, beat him up, like fucking, you know. You're dumb. Whoever's doing these things are like just dumb, you know what I mean? They're morons, and they're the people who are trying to tell you that those people are wrong or bad. The people that they're beating up, when you're just proving yourself to be a fucking idiot, you know what I mean? That's the irony of it, that you're the div that nobody wants to be around. The gay people fucking they're not hurting anybody, not doing anything to anybody, but you're the kind of people that nobody wants to be around. You're the horrible people. You're the arseholes. And you're going to get caught because you're on CCTV, so that's a shame for you. And also, there's a woman who was, there was a gay march, wasn't there? It's a piece of, I've got it down here somewhere. There was a gay march through, somewhere in London, was it? But anyway, there was a woman in a hijab, and she was making it known that she didn't care for their march as well, shouting, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you, shame on you to the gay people, while she was on her own. Somebody's made a video YouTube of that, so she's made a prat of herself, really, but she's hidden a bit behind hijab. But she's making a prat of herself, and she's also making, you know, drawing attention. You know, that's just your opinion. You can't even put it down to the religion or anything like that. You're as much as hated as those people who are beating up the other people. It's your opinion, and it's a shit opinion that nobody cares about, really. But you're pushing it onto people. So fuck off, on behalf of the gay community. Yeah, there you go. Gay Pride in Brighton next week, by the way. So people will be out in force and enjoying themselves. Right, okay, what's next here? This is a good one. A guy has been coaching tourists. He's like a personal claims guy, tries to get people to make personal claims against insurance companies or whatever. And he's been con man. That's his kind of profession. He's set himself up in a way that he's going to get people to make false sickness claims. And basically what he was recorded saying was to one of the, I don't know if they're undercover, he was recorded saying to somebody was, this was his, and I quote, "All you've got to say is that you've had the shits for a week and I'll get you £2,000. So, you know, that's pretty much his fucking sales line, you know what I mean? So he's like, what you got to do, tell him you got the shits for a week and it's worth £2,000 to you. So he's obviously claiming £3,000 to somebody else. It was 2 to 3 weeks off. So all different versions of illnesses. He's telling people what to do, and he'll make the claim, and obviously Makey's on the top. So anyway, he won't be doing that for a while because he's been put in prison. So let's hope he doesn't get the shits off the prison food. He might be joining this guy in there. A gun runner caught with more than 40 firearms has been jailed for life. Well, I imagine that's because many lives might have been taken by the 40 firearms. So that's a wounder. He's like 44 years old and he's going to be serving a minimum of 17 and a half years. So that's a stinger. You know, you might have made some money, but was it worth the risk of fucking disappearing until you're over 60? You should think about that. If you think about doing things like that, you should have done it when you were 20. At least you'd have fucking had some life left. But there you go. Crime doesn't pay. Not that crime anyway, selling guns. That's the worst. I lost my train of thought now. Right, moving on. Okay, do you see the thing? There was a brawl on the cruise ship, wasn't it? So people were fucking getting heavy on the all you can drink free bar or whatever it was on the cruise ship. But that wherever there's a free bar, there's going to be people fucking taking advantage of the free bar. You know, they've paid the money and they're going to hit the bar, aren't they? You know what I mean? So obviously people were way above spirits and it kicked off. But if you just don't give a free bar and people got to pay, they ain't going to be so pissed, are they? But you know, if that's how you're selling the tickets. But it's a P&O cruise, so it ain't like fucking, you know, Night at the Roxbury, is it? It's like fucking, is that basic? Oh, I've been on a cruise. Is that like easy cruises and all that? I've no idea. Is it the bottom basement? But it can't be that. But they're saying that the fight was kicked off because a guy turned up. It's a no fancy dress ship, and a guy turned up to try to get into a black tie party on the boat, dressed as a clown. So so the clowns kicked it off. Although that's what it said in some of the news reports. The police have come out and said that the clown did not cause the mass brawl on the British cruise ship, leading to 2 arrests. The operator P&O Cruises have said, and the Hampshire police have said there was no clown on board or involved in this incident. Officers are investigating. So someone just made up the clown situation, you know. So that's quite a funny thing that somebody just said a guy dressed as a clown kicked it off, and now it's a mystery clown because nobody knows who the fuck it was. Gwyneth Paltrow says that she'd fuck herself if she had the chance. I think that's what she's saying. Well, you're not thinking too highly of yourself there, are you, Gwyneth? She's basically saying that she's fuckable and beautiful. I'm not saying that you're not, but she's basically saying that she's starting to love herself as she's getting older, and she says no matter wrinkles or not, she's still fuckable. I agree. I can agree with that. But then, you know, she's probably somewhere along the lines trying to sell, what's it called, sex toys, and she into that. She's got her own sex toys and something like that, and maybe she'll start selling some that have got Gwyneth Paltrow sex toys or something like that. Anyway, I don't know where I'm going with that. The only way is Essex strikes the only way is Essex. That program apparently is still running, or people are still watching it, because it can only be running if there's a fucking audience. And I've never watched it, but TOWIE they call it, isn't it? TOWIE starts, and they're striking because of their £100 a day pay, and they're looking for a rise. £100 a day, that's not a fucking lot of money, is it really? It's too much money for the program being that shit that it's not worth any money, but it's still £100 a day. You think actors or on a TV program or this, that and the other, that's a low pay, isn't it? I think that's low. That's like fucking lower than a building site. But you're an actor, are they actors? They're not really actors, are they? They're just, I don't know, plunkers, I suppose. Fuck knows. What do you call them? They're kind of just reality TV, isn't it? So, but £100 a day, that's a difference to like Big Brother, and I'm sure they get paid a lot more. Anyway, strike, don't pay them anymore, and hopefully the TV program will disappear. Checking the time. Kim Kardashian has come out and put a video of her breasts, believe it or not. How can you believe that? Kim Kardashian, has got a booty out or something other. But she put this thing on, see, like her breasts. She's got sunburns, and then she's trying to sell her makeup because it's meant to be the before and after sunburn versus after putting on her body makeup. That's got to be bullshit. That's sunburn, that is. And somebody else has called her out on it anyway and said that she says thank God I've got sunburn, but thank God I had my body makeup with me. And somebody's called her out and said, well, that's why you wear sunscreen, actually. Which is sensible and true comment. Thank you, Cassie Cat, who she probably doesn't. He's not too happy with your response. And the other one said, somebody else said, the only thing I'll be putting on sunburns is aloe vera. So some sensible responses to what is a stupid attempt to sell some beauty products. Millionaires and their products to get more millions. You know, it's tough for the rest of us, isn't it? I said to Rod Stewart, was looking like Camilla Parker Bowles the other day. Camilla Parker Bowles was looking like Rod Stewart. Now Rod Stewart is looking like Camilla Parker Bowles. So they're kind of merging into the two. So at first glance, that's what I thought, and that's actually Rod Stewart under the umbrella, looking a bit grim, a bit pissed off actually. Doesn't like the rain, does he? But that's in Italy, so. We're obviously having better weather there than they are there. Is this the clumsiest man in the UK? A dad melts a fridge, blows up oven and crashes car. Husband has been dubbed Britain's clumsiest man after 24 years of calamities. I'll tell you what, they're calling him the real life Frank Spencer. Without saying too much, I've always been not far off a Frank Spencer clone myself with... what's it called, with calamities and stuff like that, DIY calamities and whatever. It just isn't my bag. But this guy said he's like, what's he done? Flooded the bathroom, blew up the oven, rewired it wrongly, left the two boys in the car passenger car, which he popped to the limit. Oh no. Oh yeah, he knocked the handbrake, changing radio station, causing it to smash into a wall. Defrosting the fridge, he put 2 bar fire inside to speed it up and melted the plastic. And many, many other cock-ups and whatever else. So, alright, he's a little bit worse than me. But I flooded somebody's bathroom when I was looking after their house once. That was not good. It happened the day that they were on their way back as well. But they had one of those push up, push down plugs. You couldn't tell if it was up or down. It's very like fucking minor, and it's a flat sink, you know, one of them posh ones. So I left it for a couple of minutes while the sink was running, while I got my toothbrush and stuff, and flooded the bathroom, flooded the living room ceiling, paper then falling off the ceiling. It was a nightmare, and then they rang and said, the services will be there in an hour. So it was not a nice conversation to have when they got home. Anyway. We're all friends still. Lily Allen's making sex toys. She's getting in with the Gwyneth Paltrow thing. She's decided that her next movie is making sex toys. That'll probably be another flop. But yeah, she's planning on. Apparently, people are getting into making sex toys now. It's a big bandwagon that they're all getting on. So it's like there isn't enough already. You walk past a sex shop, there's fucking hundreds to choose from, isn't there? Apparently so. What's the next one we got? That's not that good. Right, running out of time. I'm trying to keep these short. Oh, Gizmo the dog. Remember the seagull? The Chihuahua. Nick Fight the seagull. Somebody had thought they'd found a leg that was feared to belong to Gizmo. It looked like a Chihuahua's leg in the garden somewhere. But tests were carried out on the limb, and it turned out to be a rabbit leg. But nevertheless, I saw a video the other week, the other day, what somebody passed around as well, which was a seagull gulping down a rabbit. I mean, the rabbit was like Chihuahua, definitely Chihuahua size, but this seagull just picked it up and swallowed it whole, like gulped it down. So, you know, you still might not find the dog if fucking you can manage to gulp down a rabbit. Right, getting tired now. Moving on. Very hungry Nettle. Oh, the brave competitor. Look at that picture. He's eating nettles. Right, the brave competitor was a brave, very brave to eat nettles, or is that the very stupid? You're not brave really to eat nettles. The brave competitor was among those being a bit rash at the World Nettle Eating Championships. I said this before, didn't I, about where do people find these competitions? There is a World Nettle Eating Championships. I mean, do you train for that? How do you are you like world champions? Are people coming from all over the world to take part in this competition? I actually walked through some nettles for the first time in fucking 20 years or more. I had shorts on and I was walking through some grounds of garden grounds of a pub or something like that, and I could take a shortcut across, and I went through some nettles, and boy, they stung. I mean, it took me right back to when I was a kid playing in the woods. It was like all up my legs, proper stinging to shit, man. So that's why I saw that, and I just thought that is stupid, because I wouldn't let that anywhere near my face, let alone my mouth. Yeah, each their own. But then there's put that near your mouth. But I would try this near my mouth, because I'm way into chilies. I'm bigger. I like chilies, and apparently there's a new British chili which is tipped to become the hottest in the world. It looks like what your backside would look like if you ate it. If that's the case, it's called the Armageddon, and it's on sale in Tesco. And it's 400 times hotter than a jalapeno. That's fucking hot. Well, jalapenos can be hot. They're not the hottest, are they? But 400 times hotter. That's fucking blowing your head off, isn't it? Used sparingly in cooking, but yeah, it's funny when you see them people who try and they do that at the chili eating competitions as well. And these super hot things, surely they could can kill you if you can't get your breath. You see some of them, they can't get their breath and everything, and they're like choking and everything. And I've had some hot chilies that it's been painful to let it pass, but I don't think I want to try that 400 to 1. Maybe I'll try it on the video. Might see me might become a Harry Carey video by accident. You pass it around the internet and have a laugh at my expense. Right, I'm going to finish up on this one. The Jacksons. I saw the Jacksons the other week at a festival in Birmingham, funny enough. I didn't go there specifically to see them. It's a bit of a novelty act really now, isn't it? But they were there, so I saw them just because they were there. There was loads of other acts on, but they the band has stunned fans because they caught an EasyJet flight The Jacksons stunned holidaymakers when they turned up on a £23 EasyJet flight. And one of the band was even carrying a Sports Direct carrier bag as hand luggage. The Soul Legends chose the budget airline to whisk them from Liverpool to France. One fellow passenger said it was the best start to any holiday I've ever had. It'd be good if they had just bust into a song, wouldn't it? That would have been alright. There were the Jacksons sitting in front of us on the plane. We were all just praying that they were going to get up and give us a song. That's what I just said. The passenger added, hats off to them for slumming it with the rest of us. Well, if they've got to get to that place, and that's the only flight that's going there, if there was a first class on the plane, they're in a first class in EasyJet, is there? If there was a first class on there, I'm sure they'd have been in it. But I think people are expecting them to be in jets and stuff or whatever. One group, Misery, said, I just thought that they'd fallen on hard times and it looked quite sad. That's just a miserable, fucking pessimistic view on it, you know what I mean? But they were carrying Louis Vuitton suitcases, apparently, so they ain't fallen on hard times, have they? But to think they've fallen hard times because they sat where the... I mean, you're dissing yourself, aren't you? You're basically saying, worse shit, why are you sitting with us? Worse shit, you're meant to be good, why are you sitting with us? They're just people. In fact, the more people who do that, and the more they're fucking... You know, that sort of, you know, I sell records and I've got money, so therefore I'm fucking better than anything and all that diva bullshit. I ain't into that at all. I'm way into somebody who sits on the fucking EasyJet, but, you know, unfortunately, people don't want that, do they? They want you to be your superstars and whatever, and that gives them money. Maybe now they've just devalued themselves, like I just said when I went to that festival and I said I didn't personally go to see the Jacksons, so sorry about that. But they were good anyway. They were very good, so I recommend that you do see them. They were dropping a few hits. I was doing the Dig the Grave dance that they said that they invented. No, they were good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm starting to ramble, but I'm trying to keep them short and I've got plenty more to say, but I'll see you tomorrow when I do the next one, Tuesday. Adios for tonight. See you later.